Are you round number 6? Is this 6 or 5, Weasel?
Man, it's hard to tell. It's been, I think I want to say number 6. I want to say this is round 6. We were in Las Vegas last week.
Yeah, round 6. Jeez.
Round 6. Yes, we have
Been a
had
while.
that kind of week.
Starting on the pole here at Phoenix will be the 48 of Johnson. His outside will be 19 of Dale Bass. Next row back will be the 43 of Neischwanger and the 62 of Joey Birch. Next row back will be the 44 of Nadu and the 6 of Hank Beer. Next row back will be the 83 of Rich Roy and the 16 of Gragson. Next row back will be the 28 of Rudd and the 33 of Simmons. Next behind them, rounding out just outside the top 10, will be the 9 of Holland and the 32 of Craven. Next row back will be the 2 of Cindric and the 29 of Insalmi. Next row back will be the 77 of Sweet and old but newcomer at the same time to the series. This will be the 11 of Danny Hamlin. That'll be a new team, R2 Motorsports. We will have a teammate. We'll tell you about that later in the field. Next row back, starting 17th and 18th, will be the 17 of Busher. To his outside will be the 8 of Earnhardt. Next row back, before I toss it over to Weasel, will be the 86 of Rockingham and the 42 of Duke Kane. Passing over to you, buddy.
All right, next row back, starting first career start of the year, first career start, the number 27 of Mike Bliss Jr. Alongside 86 of Franklin Rockingham. Next row back, let me see here. I have the wrong sets of notes. Excuse me a moment. Okay, we have the 20 of D. Kane, and making his first debut start, 27 of Mike Bliss, and the number 20 of Gralla. I am just completely going through this the wrong order. Next row back is the 41 of Spencer and the 24 of Michaels.
No, that'll be the 15. That'll be the 15 of Michaels.
15 of Michaels, yes. Behind them, the 97 of Bush and the 20 and the number 7 of Atwood. Next row back, the number 93 of number 5 of Cheng and the 93 of Watts. Next row back, the 22 of Bono and the number 3 of Dale Beer, starting 30th on the grid. 61 of Warren and 31st, with the 18 of Mallon and 32nd. Next row back, the 55 of Osborne and the 89 of Draco.
Did we lose you? I think we did. I will finish out the grid while you...
And number 45 of Lund.
Yeah, you cut out a little bit. I'll finish out the grid. It's all right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Starting 35th will be the 49 of Kisei Kane. To her outside will be the 24 of Orman. Next row back will be the 88 of Jarrett and the 10 of Gasly. Starting shotgun on the field will be the 40 of Marlin and the 45 of Lund. The other car for the new R2 Motorsports will be last week's winner from Vegas, Kyle Mallon. High hopes for him to go back-to-back for that team.
Absolutely.
Absolutely love the looks on all of these cars here today. Super excited to see how this race plays out. Going to be 312 laps here at Phoenix. Once again, I am joined today by my good buddy Weasel. As you heard just a moment ago, we're about to get the command fire engine, so I'll shut up.
Drivers, start your engines.
There is our command. Everybody rolling off okay, it looks like. Yeah, everybody gonna roll off okay. Once again, 312 laps gonna be the distance here at Phoenix today. .48 of Johnson gonna lead us off. Pace car in.
Even though it's springtime in Arizona, he's doing weird stuff with my microphone. I apologize for that.
That's quite alright. We're just getting ready to get started, so.
I love this reconfiguration of the old start finish line now leading up to final corner.
Here we go. Green flag out.
And they all cut down on the bottom line. Actually, not as much as I would have thought.
Oh, 4 wide going into 2.
Look at that under that yellow
5 wide
line.
almost.
Look at that. That 43 car starting to make a move. 3 wide down the backstretch, heading to the final 2 corners.
Let's see who leads this first lap.
Close.
That's going to lead that first lap just by a little bit.
High line versus low line at this track will do.
Absolutely.
High line is definitely better on the short run. Low line is definitely better overall. Low line is actually better on the short run. The high line is probably better over the course of the lap because tire wear is going to be an issue.
Absolutely.
And there are no out of bounds lines. Pretty tiny. Not running below the yellow line just yet.
Lots of 3 and 4 wide throughout the whole field here.
Yep, this is the time to go. Passing, even with the reconfiguration here, is fairly difficult. So on restarts, and on start, and on restarts, this is where you make hay. 4 wide, going through 3, and then 4. The dog leg makes the start finish. Wow.
Look at them roll through there.
48 car though, starting to run away with it just a little bit, starting to get away from it.
Absolutely, starting to pull away just a little bit. That's still in striking distance, though.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Gragson going way down on the line there.
Yep, you see it in the back of the field.
That top 4 running away from the rest of them, though.
This is what happens a lot at this track over time. Fastest cars really do pull away from everybody else. Managing traffic historically here has always been an issue for Phoenix. But we're not going to get to that until much later on.
Absolutely.
Look up here, though, to that 4 car looking for second.
Just want to make a quick note. It's been a little bit since we've had a race. Hank Beer is currently our points leader by 7 points over that 16 car right there. Gragson.
Yeah, a lot of bad luck for that 4 car. He had a lot of chances to win the races this year. The fact he's still in the points hunt lead shows just how good he's been. Even
Absolutely.
with those chances.
Next 2 cars in the top 5 are the... We'll find them.
Yeah, they did not qualify very well.
No, they did not.
They all right in happy hour, but practice qualifying they did not do well.
An 86 car there, going to be 4th in points.
And Rockingham's kind of tailed off after his 2 wins after his last win in Sonoma.
Absolutely. Seems to be that way. The other one, I seem to have passed him. Oh, there he is. There's the 89 of Draco. He's sitting 3rd, just 10 points behind our points leader.
And that astonishes me because Draco has not had any top 5s. He's had a couple of top 10s. He's finished every race. That's the only reason why he's so high in the points. He's been very consistent. He hasn't
Yeah,
been fast, though. That really mystifies me.
it's
Johnson's
interesting
starting to get a
because
big lead now.
the only one of our top 5 to have a win is Franklin Rockingham.
With 2, mind you.
Absolutely. Our last car.
That goes to show that this race and this series in general, you can't really tell who's going to come in fast, who's going to come in cold, who's going to be fast out of the gate, who's going to dominate a weekend. It can be anybody. Finding that consistency is going to be key over the long haul. This is what makes good racing. Not necessarily at the front, but we got some good racing going on in the back here.
Absolutely. And right there is our 5th place points runner. Sitting pretty far back in 5th. But...
yeah, didn't qualify that well either.
No. But
that's to be expected. I mean, you run different happy hour times. You run this race in the heat of the day. And you have happy hour late in the day. You have practice early in the morning. You have qualifying really only at this time.
yeah.
Well, it's kind of just all over the place. You have to kind of guess what the track's going to do. Beer is now up. The other older beer front is now up to 2nd. Number 4.
That is our points leader, actually, up to 2nd.
Leader up to 2nd. Closing in on Johnson. Gas ain't letting go. Eichwanger not letting go. Is that the 16 Gragson? It is. That is a 16 Gragson right there. So we got a little car breakaway now. This is definitely going to be a strategy race for sure. Fuel mileage, tire wear are going to be real keys to this track. You don't see a lot of, as crazy as the racing is, you don't see a lot of accidents here. Usually the accidents are caused through mechanical faults. They're not caused through driver error or people getting too aggressive. Not early on, anyway. Near the end of the race, all bets are off. What goes, how it goes, and what happens, happens.
Yeah, now that we've discussed our top 5 in the driver standings, let's talk about this team standings battle. 3 points separate BTL Autosport and HB2 Motorsports.
Tale of 2 seasons on both sides. BTL Autosport again, I think, have the 2 wins and very, very can have kind of fallen off. HB2 Motorsports have had chances, but they've had a more consistent year. And again, they haven't won yet. They're getting there. They're closing in. The momentum is on their side.
The closest team to them is the guy that is driving that number 43 car's team, and they are sitting 49 points back from BTL Autosport at the moment. So it's still early in the season, but I got a feeling it's going to be a battle between BTL Autosport and HB2 when it comes down to the end of this thing. When we get down to, I believe, double check. Oh. Yeah, I completely think that this race will go all the way down to the end. Or this points battle between BTL and HB2 will go all the way down to Road America.
It's still early days, but it does look that way. Again, I might be surprised. You got 4th place. You got Neischwanger and Sanity. Doug Neischwanger running 4th right now. That team is looking for good luck, and they're starting to come around. And they might get a hot streak. You just don't know. That's why I love calling these races.
Absolutely. 4th and 5th in points are currently 57 and 58 points back off of them. Those 2 teams being Roy Incorporated and JR Incorporated. And those
had consistent finishing, but not really no standout results.
Yeah, no.
is fair. And again, all it takes is just one bad day. When that bad day comes, how bad it is going to really determine who's going to run for this championship, I think. Gotta give it up to Gragson, though. Gotta give it up to Rich Roy. He's actually running well for us this weekend.
We do have to talk about something that I completely forgot. I am so sorry to this team. I just looked at my notes and saw it.
Yes.
Car right there, the 97. And
the 97.
And the right there, 17 of Buescher.
Yeah.
Both of those drivers were independents before this week. This will be their first race for the newly formed Stinger Motorsports.
That's right. I saw that press release, but truthfully, it kind of just slipped my memory. Not necessarily slipped my memory, but I saw it, and then it kind of just faded away. You ever had that moment on Twitter where you see something, you go to bookmark it, and then when you go to find what you saw, it's just gone?
Absolutely.
And it comes back 15 hours later, like on your front page.
Yeah, I just happened to take a peek at my notes and saw that. And complete apologies to that team for not mentioning it during pre-race, but that's entirely my fault. Ooh, Hank Beer looking at the lead. Side by side coming into 3 and 4. Johnson's got the run off the corner. Fastest lap currently does belong to Hank Beer with a 26.924. Our leader's fastest lap currently only a 27.026, so quite a bit off him. Beer gonna lead that lap. Beer with a great run off too. Gonna start pulling away there a little bit. Top 3 nose to tail. Rich Roy up 6th.
Craven right there too in that 32 car. Some of the solid run so far. Well, it is a little early in going.
Yeah, it's just a little bit early.
We are at the point though that we are going to start seeing cars start to drop off, especially if the ones that took their tires too quick. These green flag runs usually are about 45 laps, with the real big difference between fast cars and slow cars coming near the end of the run.
Absolutely.
We're about halfway through that now. We're starting to see that with the 28 of run and the 20 right there.
I was just going to talk about that. Gralla having a great run so far. Started back in 22nd, all the way up to 10th right now.
Yeah, one of the biggest movers in the field by far.
I don't know about that. Logano started 29th.
Logano, yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, I stand corrected. Logano absolutely is the man on the move right now.
Gralla going to look low on Rudd.
Low line through this corner usually doesn't necessarily have the quicker run going to the line, but has the better line going into 3. It's very funny like that. Where right here, we probably make the move if we were closer. Here goes Rudd on the inside of Roy for 5th. Or 6th position.
Yeah, 6th.
That's right, first 5 cars all back, and he's going to get it. He might just get him here.
I don't know, I think Roy's going to have the run off the corner. Oh, he's going to have it that lap. Speaking of having it, Beer definitely giving it to him. Starting to pull away from this lead pack. Oh, while we were walking through the field, looks like Gragson managed to get by Eichwanger, fourth.
And Hank Beer started to tear apart from the rest of the field. He's got a second gap back to Johnson. He's just motoring right now. I say, I thought initially that Eichwanger, especially after what happened at Daytona, was going to be the most unlucky driver. I think it might be Hank Beer. He could have won at Sonoma, but he ended up having to settle for, I believe, second. He had a couple of really good run at Short Track Auto Club.
Yeah, just
could have been a win, but being a top 5.
Yeah, it just seems to keep falling short.
Yeah, but I think this might be the day. He's definitely driving away right now. He's gaining on Johnson and the rest of the pack. Just a little bit. Second that lap.
He was.
Yes, it is.
Hank Beer was 14th in practice and 6th in happy hour.
Definitely found something. And he qualified 6th.
Yeah, so.
And he qualified. Yes, he did. Qualified 6th as well. I think they found something.
Yeah, I think they probably changed the car from qualifying setup over to race setup,
and they probably expected again this race to go long with long runs. And the car set up for long runs, and the drivers are able to manage the long run are going to start doing it.
Got about a half a second lead over last place gain. Yeah, Hank's definitely going to have to get this win if he expects to keep that team up at the front of points.
Absolutely. Seems hot and cold. Every team is like this pretty much, where you've got one car that's really fast and another car that's just kind of there.
Franklin Rockingham there, and Andrew Draco here, so.
And surprisingly, Draco is having the better of Rockingham. I was just about to say, even though both of them are not doing terribly well.
You're doing a great job so far. Gragson looking on the outside of Bass.
Gragson looking on the outside of Bass, for sure. He might get it. Again, that high line through that particular part of the track seems to be the fastest line.
I don't know. I think that high line's starting to come in just a little.
It uses tire wear. It wears your tires out a little bit quicker. It's surprising.
I think Eichwanger's thinking about putting them 3 wide.
He might. He might. He's looking. This is turning to develop into a pretty good battle for third right here.
Absolutely. Bass a little bit slow off that final corner there.
Yeah, he's just a little bit tight through there. That's going to allow. It's going to allow.
It's Gragson.
It's going to allow Bass. That's right. It's Gragson. Yeah. It was going to allow Bass to get a little close. But it's just kind of there.
Bass seems to be a little bit tight in 3 and 4. Through 1 and 2, he seems to be real loose when he gets on that apron.
It's not surprising. Back before this track got reconfigured, it was much more like a road course in certain ways. You could definitely experience that. It was always a nightmare to set your car up. Now it's a little easier, but it's still hard.
Just flipping through the field, seeing how everybody's doing.
Also going to give shout-outs to the new driver in the 27.
Yeah, currently up to, let me see.
Qualified fairly well.
23rd.
Got back a couple places from where he qualified, but shout out to that 27 car. That is Michael Bliss Jr. driving for.
That is DNF Racing.
DNF Racing. I like that name. Actually, didn't have that official team name. We're gonna call it something else.
Yeah. Not a great performance from last week's winner, Kyle Mallon.
No, but truth be told, there seems to be a kind of a feeling where it's really, really hard to win back-to-back in this series. When you look at the race results, you can see that the winner of the next week didn't drive as well as they had. There hasn't been any back-to-back winners yet. There have been multiple race winners, but no back-to-backs. I don't expect them to.
Yeah, we only have one back-to-back winner, or one two-race winner at this moment. That being, that's Rockingham. He won the first. He won Daytona, and he won
the third race at Sonoma.
Yes.
He stayed out on pit strategy and was able to drive away from this man.
Yeah. Beer currently sits with two back-to-back second-place finishes. So, finished second at Sonoma and second at Vegas.
And he had a top 10, I believe, at Auto Club short track as well. Helping him out in the points. If my memory serves me right, like again, we've been flying around all over the place doing commentary for all sorts of different races. It's tough to keep track of these things.
You were thinking of Dale Beer.
Ah, that's right. Dale Beer drove through the field on that day. So,
yes.
Again, if I'm a car that runs really well, another car that kind of doesn't.
Although if I'm gonna say this right now, and I don't know. I think Franklin Rockingham might be one to watch today. He's my pick to watch today, just because he seems to be on a little bit of a spot where, and this is the pattern he's been going through since the start. He won Daytona, finished terribly at Auto Club, turned around, won Sonoma, and then last week at Vegas just had a terrible run.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he likes the style of racetracks. Phoenix, even though it is only a little bit over a mile in length, drives closer to Vegas than a short track in a lot of ways. Might be that.
He doesn't perform well here. I think we can expect him to perform pretty well next week at Circuit of the Americas. He seems to be our guy when it comes to the road course.
For now, we'll see. One race is hard to say that anybody is the person to beat on road courses when we've done one so far. But here comes Neiswanger now looking on the inside of Bass for fifth position.
Oh, that'll be fourth.
My bad, it is for fourth.
This fourth still kind of under a blanket here, not too far apart.
Yeah.
A good solid lead over sixth.
Yeah, basically groups of 4, 5, 6. Everyone's starting to kind of string out now. On these long runs. Eventually, the leader is going to meet up and get close because Hank Beer has got a 2-second lead on the rest of the field.
His teammate,
he's starting to go.
His teammate of Dale Bear is last, and he is 16 seconds back. Lap time around here is 26 seconds. So, with that said, let's down to 17 seconds now. So only
lap time here is about 20 in qualifying. The lap time here was about 26 seconds. In happy hour, it stayed about there more. It was about.
I guess it's more of a 27-second lap.
In race, probably 27 seconds. So a little bit more time before we get into lap traffic, but it is coming. And we are way past my predictions. Wow. We're on lap 53. I was thinking they would be starting to hit by now, but I'm thinking it's closer to lap 60.
Absolutely.
Maybe 65, 70.
Yeah, everybody kind of spread out now. Nobody really doing anything too
Some
crazy.
action. Yeah, it just comes to that point where the tire starts to wear off. You do get some racing action, but people are both drivers are more focused on hanging on to the car than trying to go fast past the person inside.
Yeah.
Is everything? Okay, out in front we got the number 4, Hank Beer. He is definitely motoring right now. And about a 2-second lead on the rest of the field. Johnson in the 48 car running in second. 16 of Gragson now up to third. We got the 19 of Bass in fourth position. Doug Neischwanger in the 43 up to fifth. Raymond now starting to make a little bit of headway in sixth position. We got Rudd and Gralla, the 20 and the 28, battling. Right, that's a battle for, that's a battle for 6 and 7. Roy back to 9.
It's 3 right under a blanket. Beautiful run by Logano. 29th, the 10th. He's on an absolute tear. Where did these two start? Hold on.
Gralla started in.
Oh, I'm looking at the 49, the 5, and the 22.
Not very well.
Kane started 13th.
Ching started in 27.
No, Ching started 34th. So we definitely have a new biggest mover.
Whew. Yeah. Yeah, my time is a little different from yours. Wow. Okay.
Ching having an alright season so far. Been about mid-pack all season.
Yeah, solid mid-pack all year. Gotta say, his valvoline schemes have been pretty good, and I'm liking this one.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Get a chance before qualifying to talk to the... Where is he at?
Where is he? Is he here? Can he make the show?
They were. So we called them. Right there he is. 62. A chance to talk to the driver of that 62 car. Sounded pretty excited about. He was telling me that he can't really tell me who, but he did tell me that they do have a new sponsor lined up. They're hoping to get that lined up for Coda in a couple weeks.
It's going to be interesting to see. He was one of the smaller ones in the sport. Definitely one of the independent drivers.
Absolutely.
Truthfully, there's nothing really on paper that stops an independent driver from winning a race or being competitive. It's just
Absolutely. I mean, look at Kyle Mallon last week.
I was just gonna say, yeah, Mallon finally got one in and won one for the independents.
Yeah. In fact, he's still running that same paint scheme he ran last week. I absolutely love the steak and shake car.
Oh, baby.
That car is just beautiful.
Yes, it is. Personally, I've always been more of an in-and-out man, but I've lived out in California and never even actually seen a steak and shake.
Over here in the Midwest, we We have a couple. I quite like it. It's pretty good.
Arizona,
Although,
though, you gotta try Culver's, man.
gotta try what? Sorry?
Culver's.
Oh, we have that
It's
over here in the
Arizona
Midwest.
specialty. Ah, I like it. The frozen custard always gets me.
Absolutely. Yeah, Steak and Shake's
And the
pretty...
fact that it's... Oh, but,
No, go right ahead.
I was just gonna say, yeah, Steak and Shake's cool, but haven't tried it. I was just gonna go. Culver's is like the one burger place where you can actually like get. I wouldn't say there's a certain feel to it. In fact, you can get this like a burger with fried egg on it. I'm like, this is my kind of. This is my kind of place. Maybe it's just because I grew up in a town that has a greasy spoon that serves burgers the same way if you want them that way. Gives me nostalgia.
Yeah, what I was gonna say is Steak and Shake's pretty good. Little bit of false advertising in the name. Can't get a steak there, but
Then again, a hamburger in general is just a hamburger steak put on a bun.
that's very true. Gragson looking to make a move on Johnson here soon.
Yeah, he starts setting up a run.
Let's see what the lap times are. Johnson just a little bit faster. Lap time's definitely getting a bit slower than what they were.
Well, yeah, we're deep into the run now. And judging by the way they're racing, they're either going to stop. They're actually driving a heck of a lot longer than I thought they would. I have no clue when the first round of stops are going to be, actually. Again, historically, we go 50, 45, 50 laps. We're on lap 70. We're on lap 69, just about ready to complete lap 70. And it's falling off, but it hasn't fallen off yet too much yet. And again, brand new car, brand new tires, brand new fuel, etc., 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 etc.
I just realized that NAS Racing Team brought 2 cars with the exact same sponsor this week. Props to them for that.
Props to them for that. Anybody who says that teams running the same sponsor or the same cars for F1 are persistent.
Yeah. Ethan Norman.
Long traditional history of running cars with the same sponsor, same livery in NASCAR. Just not as often as you think.
Yeah, there's 24. Let me go find Ching, who's a little bit further than his teammate, but there he is. Still our biggest mover at the moment. Up 26 spots, or 21 spots from where he started. Logano just short of that. I'm thinking Say Kane saving her tires. She seems to have a little bit more speed than everybody else. She's passed a few cars the last few laps.
Yeah, she's starting to pick things up.
She managed to get by both Atwood and Ching fairly handily.
Now she's working on Logano.
We're getting even closer to Hank Beer catching up to his... Oh yeah, we're getting even closer to him catching up to his teammate.
Yeah. Say Kane was like 13th in final practice. Happy hour, I should say. And then she didn't qualify that well, but she had decent speed in practice and decent speed in the final half and happy hour. So I think she just had a good race car, and now, like, on this long run, she's starting to pick it up. Yeah, Hank Beer is just simply inching away from the field.
Gloria Lund having a pretty good run so far. Started last on the field. She's up 29.
Yeah, she's been picking them off one by one. Lund in general is the kind of driver who seemingly, when she qualifies well, something happens in the race, and
Yeah, she seems to qualify well and then have things go wrong. But, other than that, she has a lot. That Neischwanger Insanity team, even though they currently sit.
Late. They've got a lot of untapped potential. I wouldn't be surprised if they win one of these races sooner
Yeah,
or
they
later.
started the season
Sooner rather than
real
later.
rough. They started the season real rough with both of those
Just
cars.
in general, just the last minuteness of taking over the team, buying everything, switching over everything, getting the letterheads, getting everything, having to put extra patches on the suits over the old team name patches. They couldn't actually get them off, so they had to sew new ones over it. And then they ran so well at Daytona, one got caught up, but Neischwanger, I thought, should have won Daytona.
Yeah, if it hadn't been for that engine issue, he probably would have won Daytona.
Yeah, for sure. And then he ran okay at Auto Club a week later.
Yeah, they managed to get 81 points.
Luck.
They managed to get 81 points. Just rolled it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's freaking Arizona Sun is really playing havoc with our electronic equipment and all sorts of issues and things.
Absolutely.
TV broadcast towers. I gotta say though, from this new pit box and this new area is definitely nice.
Yeah, we're a little bit into the shade this year. Connell lining up Rich Roy. That
Yes,
ninth position.
Starting to close in. Roy's starting to fall back. And the clutches of Logano and Stay Kane.
Definitely holding them up so Atwood and Shane can catch up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's surprising actually. Well, I wouldn't say surprising. Like I said, Roy has had a consistent year, but no real standout results. This
Absolutely.
drive that makes you think of that. Qualified okay. Drove up through the field fairly rapidly, but he stayed there for a little while and then started to fall back a little.
There is Duke Kane right there coming out of 2. And here is
back, man. Surprise.
here's Hank Beer coming out of 2 now.
Yeah, here comes Hank, yeah.
Just entering 3, and Hank Beer not that far back from him.
Yeah, I'm old enough to remember when this track used to have the start-finish line on what's now the backstretch. A flower bed between basically the gap that you'd see the safety barrier have used to be with flower beds, and an actual concrete wall with a flower bed in the middle of it. Truthfully, at this place, before they reconfigured it, the best sight lines were basically where all the main grandstands for this track are now. It's turn 3 and 4. You can see the entire field come towards you and away from you. And the nature of the Phoenix property in general is designed kind of like a triangle.
I'm thinking we ought to be getting ready to come to pit stop soon. Yeah, they're 28.5 seconds last lap for Hank Beer.
There.
These tires gotta be falling off.
I think they are now. I'd say about now. I remember Openwheel race one time ran here. Not the main series, but one of the smaller lower development series. They ran almost, I think they only did one stop race. It was like 100 laps. They went 100 laps here on a set of tires. Then again, these cars are much heavier. Compound style construction of tire. And actually, they're now running the same diameter in overall height, 18-inch wheel compared to 15-inch. Much bigger.
Ooh, we got cars coming on the pit lane.
Oh, here we go. All right, what did I just say? First round of stops. Lap 80, 85. Okay.
And Kane,
Draco, Stay Kane, Duke Kane, Atwood in 7.
Coralla.
Coralla pitting from 6th.
Simmons, Craven, Cindric,
Craven pitting from 8.
Neischwanger, Bass,
Oh,
Johnson.
yeah, everyone coming in now. Yep, that's second, third, and fourth right now.
See if we can get back to our leader, see if he decided to pit.
Hank is still circulating out in front.
There he is.
Oh, he is. He's on pit road.
He handed the lead over to Logano.
Yep. Because of the nature of this track now, with a very long pit lane, you lose about 2 laps under green flag here. So everybody right now is what we would call the danger zone when it comes to pitting under green. Because one caution can totally mess up the field in this race. As you saw.
Here comes Logano.
The lead. Gragson.
Big run off the corner for Bass on Hamlin there. Wow.
You can see the difference. Yeah, that's the difference between new tires and old tires on this track.
Absolutely.
That's what makes a difference. Okay, leader's in. Gragson's in.
Where's Hamlin? Where's Hamlin? We just had him on our screens.
Yeah, you just
There he is.
saw him blow by. There he is.
Oh, here he comes with the 24 of Norman. Lund gonna take over the lead here.
Not for long though. That's Say Kane just looking to try to get past.
Lorraine doesn't seem to be lining herself up to come to the pits yet. Now she does. Ooh, almost gets turned by Ching. Okay. Our leader back being the 48. Let's see if we can find him. There is 48 of Johnson. He'll inherit the lead here. Hank Beer, 2 seconds back now.
Sorry about that. Gotta stay hydrated in this hot heat.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah, kind of cycles back. I think this track's gonna favor the early stoppers. Because Johnson and Bass have just leapfrogged Neischwanger now. Or sorry, leapfrogged Hank Beer.
Now that we've had a chance to get a pit stop in, I was able to do the math, and we should see 2 more pit stops before the end of this race. At least 2.
That's about fair. Yeah, seems about right.
So
There might be more stops just for tires, depending on if there are cautions. The tire wear, although it's important, it's not a big enough difference to give up track position.
absolutely.
So if a yellow comes out, I expect cars to make that move and go for fresh tires, especially later in the race, with enough time in the race. But right now, that's about right. 2 to 3 stops.
Last week's winner of Kyle Mallon.
Lapped, fighting to stay on the lead lap ahead of the 48 at Johnson.
Let's see if this buys Bass and Hank Beer some time.
It might. I find it interesting that Lund was one of the last cars to pit. Now she is on the verge of going a lap down. She's just ahead of Kyle Mallon in that 18. Again,
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm wondering if maybe she had a bad pit stop. Because I would have expected her to be a little bit further up in the field.
Maybe not. Like I said, it takes about 2 laps. You lose about 2 laps under green when you pit here under green. A. And then B, if in general it feels like this track favors you go on paper, stopping earlier should be the faster way here. But again, you go long, you short pit because you think it's going to be faster, you go long and you extend that window as long as you can in case of yellow. And I think they tried to get as long as they could in yellow, but it didn't come, so they had to stop. And that's what kind of hurt them. It also hurt Frank Rockingham and a couple others because they are just, man, you can.
See. 11 on the back of Duke Kane there. Oh, Duke Kane sending it in on Bliss.
Huh. Still can't quite get by him though.
No.
Bliss is doing a good job to hold on.
Ooh, Hank Beer under fire from Gragson.
Axton's starting to make the move now. Hank's car didn't really come into form until halfway through the run. He really started to take off halfway through the run. At the start of the run like this, there were cars that were quicker than him.
They must have made just the right enough adjustment on that 48 car. He now has the fastest lap with a 26.844.
Yeah, maybe. They might have. Then again, I have to wonder, what's it going to look like in 20 laps? What's it going to look like in 40 laps from now? What's it going to look like 60 laps from now? Because we had cars that were fast and slow at different points during the run. And again, I don't think we're going to see, if we're going to see a yellow, it's going to be through a mechanical fault causing an accident. I don't think we're going to see really a driver's caution unless we get a situation during a pit stop cycle where somebody's out on worn tires, somebody on fresh tires comes up on them and they misjudge the gap and it just causes a wreck. That's the only way I can see we could get an accident caution. Otherwise, it's going to be all mechanical stuff. So it's going to be down to strategy. Axton making the move down the inside for third. He's going to get by. He's going to clear him, and now Doug Neischwanger for fourth.
That's going to put him
He's battling with Beer.
That's going to put him a little bit closer to Beer in the points. Just 1 point though, not by much.
Just a little bit, yeah. Every point counts. It's early on in the year, but again, we're getting closer and closer to the halfway point. It's starting to think about it. Our leader, though, is right in the midst of this.
I don't think he likes seeing that.
No, but he's not really losing. Well, I was gonna say he wasn't losing a ton of time, and then I say, oh, there's D-Bass right behind him. There's D-Bass in frame. There he goes.
There we
I
go.
guess the call say, okay, go around Kyle.
Yeah, but now he's got to get by 4 more.
4 more, including third in points. Rockingham at the front of this train. And all of them are going to be racing to keep on staying on the lead lap.
One little hiccup and Johnson's race is over.
But this is traditional Phoenix right here. How good is your car? Can you handle the traffic?
Oh boy, here they go, 3 wide.
Here. 3. Oh my goodness. I have to say, the reconfiguration of this track has made these kind of situations a little less sketchy than they used to be.
Gralla diving it back in.
Yeah. Yeah, Gralla got hosed on a pit stop or something. How did he get back here?
I think he was back here a little bit before the stops.
Well, he was...
No,
because he was running 8th or 9th. He was running in the top 10, and then he had a horrible stop, I think. Or he really fell off near the end of his cycle.
really dig what Johnson's doing right now. Just kind of taking his time, picking the cars off one at a time.
Yep, that's how you got to do it here at Phoenix. And if you're not losing time, there's no real pressure to pass people. And he's losing time, but it's not enough to really get that crew chief on the spot, the crew chief on the corner going, come on, pick it up. He's not having to do that.
No,
He's just.
he's taking them as he can get them. Still keeping a
And
distance
traditionally at
away from
Phoenix, that's how you
Bass.
did it. And traditionally in this track, that's how you do it. You wouldn't, especially on the old configuration, which was way narrower and much more difficult to pass. You had to kind of take it as it came. They had to get messed up. Here, this is more of a case of, okay, if I can pass somebody, okay. I still got 3.47 seconds last lap. This lap is 3.3. Yeah, thank you. There we go. 3.48. So it's kind of fluctuating. He's keeping the gap solid and consistent. He doesn't really need to have to push.
I'm thinking something's wrong with Brawl's car. He seems to have lost a ton of pace.
Yeah, there's something up. Something up with that old body Cadillac. One of only two in this field. I want to see more of that body style next year, to be honest with you.
I would
Not
have
the
seen
car
more of
that,
it.
Gragson cars. One of Gragson's cars. Heck, I wouldn't even mean sign that new number 15, the GTR, the Nissan. Privately owned car. Get them all in here. Get all the manufacturers in here. It's fun.
Definitely.
Why are you looking at Hawk again here? They're battling. And again, Johnson's, he's in this, but he's not losing time. He's keeping the gap consistent. So he's just, I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to manage my tires. I'm going to get in the draft. I'm going to get more fuel economy. Just have it in hand.
Yep.
Very smart of him.
Just biding his time, not too concerned about getting to the front or getting through these.
Nope, we're not even a third of the way through this race. Well, just about a third of the way through. We got a long time. You don't have to really worry about things until you get past the halfway point. Then you got to start thinking about, okay, how's my last stop going to go? What am I going to do for the run at the end of the day? Because this race used to be done in the wintertime, and the light would start to fade, the track would start to cool off. Now, middle of the day, track temp's really consistent, so you can kind of gauge where you're going to be. You just have to monitor and see how the grease is affected. So there he goes. He goes by Dale. He goes by Dale Beer.
Yep. Get by Dale now.
Yeah, that bottom groove again on fresh top.
A lot of people being very bold with their passes coming into the corners. Johnson still trying to get past Hank Beer.
I think that might have woke Hank up. Or sorry, woke Dale up right there. The 3-car, my bad.
I also said Hank. That's probably what happened there.
Yeah. I think I probably woke Dale up. He's not too happy about it.
No.
He's racing him hard now.
I'm wondering if maybe his team said, hold him up, hold him up.
Maybe, but Hank's back to 4th place behind Gragson and Bass. Still in that lead group of 4, that 2nd place group of 4 cars.
Yeah, he's definitely under fire from Craven, though.
Yeah, Craven's starting to come into the picture now. Getting past Neischwanger.
Oh, he's starting to come into it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is what I was saying. Where was he 10 laps ago? Where was he 20 laps ago? Where's he going to be 20 laps from now? Neischwanger's car, especially Hank's car, is definitely going to start going faster as the run goes on and as the tires start to wear off. His wears off a little less. Just where is he going to be? Gragson, meanwhile, looking down the inside of Bass for 2nd.
Give him a little nudge there coming out of 2.
A little bit. Can't give too much of a nudge in at this track anymore because it is a little more aerodynamic dependent than it used to be. You have to be mindful of your body shape, your body type.
4-car battle right there for the 19th position. Two of those new teams.
Yep. 27.
Draco as
Actually,
well.
not here. Draco having a good run. He's okay. He's doing okay. He's making the transition from open wheel into stock cars. It's going to take him a little bit to get up to speed. I'm surprised he's doing well here rather than on our road course. Here goes Hank Beer on the inside of Gragson. This is for third. He's battling Craven.
Hey, trying to hold off Craven.
He's trying to hold off Craven while looking at Gragson.
Not doing too well at doing that. Potentially going to lose fourth.
Carson's starting to off the man. Jack might be changing. I guess wrong on the setup.
Should see the next pit stop in about 54 laps. Rallo's still fighting, or Gregson's still fighting the back end of Bass.
Yeah, he's still looking. He's still looking. I don't think he's going to be... He's not really... He's looking, but he's not chomping at the bit to get by.
No, not at all.
Yeah, Johnson's probably just up front here, just holding steady, getting in the draft.
Yeah, he's still got a roughly 4.5 second lead over
it's open.
second place.
Yeah, the gap is open while he's been in this pack. He hasn't actually dropped. It's open. It was 3.4 seconds. Now we're up to 4.3.
You know what I think it's time for? We haven't done. I think it's time to go on board with our leader. After this. I absolutely love this shot. Wow. On board with our leader, Johnson. That was a fun little crank it up.
Absolutely. Kind of engine sound, that guy can just fall off to sleep. Singing these sweet lullabies. He's got that thing motoring good. He's now got another second on second place. It's now 5.3 seconds back to Gragson. Gragson and Craven have gotten by during that crank it up. Gragson and Craven have gotten by Bass.
You're now looking at Bats trying to get that fourth spot away from him.
Looking at Beer trying to get that fourth spot away from Bass. Nischwanger closing back in. Look at that. Atwood in the 7 now joining the
I'm thinking maybe Bass has a little something going on. Because...
yeah, he's starting to fall back. Again, even though it's middle of the day, this track can change. It just gets a little greasier. More like stuff comes out, the sun bakes down, more rubber gets laid down. The nature of the track does change, and if you're not on top of it, you will start to fall off. Even though it's been a couple years since they reconfigured it and repaved this place, it's still not quite at the point where it's weathered enough to know where it's going to be. We're still trying to figure it out.
through 6, nose to tail. Sorry, yeah, 4th through 6. 7th coming in, Atwood coming in. Gonna try to put his nose in this fight.
Surprising. Atwood had an okay first run stop, but this car started to really turn around after his pit stop, after his first pit stop. He's getting there. And that's Rudd in 8th position. Say Kane in 9th in the 49, and then Chang now up into the top 10. Bass is definitely doing a good job holding off this pack of angry horde, behind him, starting to mount behind him. Whether he can keep it there is another story.
Gragson trying to get around his teammate.
Yeah. Only 2 of these types of cars in the field. Old body Cadillac as well, and a newer style car driven by Gragson. Gragson going to go way down in the light. Still can't quite clear his teammate.
Doing everything he can to do it, though.
Craven's going to try to follow him as well.
Bass and Hank, you're starting to reel them in as well.
Yep, this is starting to slow them down and allowing Bass, Hank Beer, Neischwanger, and Atwood to close in. I think they just told, yeah, pick up the pace. And again, Dale Beer is not letting the leader go.
No.
Still fighting to keep that lead left. He's matching pace with him too, at least at this stage. And the gap again opening. It's now close to about 6 seconds, 5.9. Now getting close to about the halfway mark.
Thirty laps before the pit window opens.
I tell you, man, this travel schedule is starting to get brutal. Going since about 6 a.m. today.
I know the feeling.
Have to excuse me if I sound a little loopy.
That's quite alright. Been a little busy with the broadcast schedule lately.
Got super late models, got modifieds, hobby stocks,
Trucks.
all very fun. And the trucks, can't forget about those trucks. And you can't forget about 3 of the 4 series, NROC being the exception. All of them are lining up to race at one super duper omega weekend on a closed infield football stadium like course. That's very fun. A championship weekend of sorts.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to them all being at the Dodge Raceway Stadium.
Dodge Raceway Stadium.
Did they just touch?
They did! They banged fenders, they banged wheels going down the backstretch. They're racing each other hard. Dale's not letting this lap go until he absolutely has to. Johnson's having to really fight for it now. He's on the high line trying to get by. Gap's starting to slightly claw itself back.
They've all gotten by Gralla so far.
Most of them have, yeah.
Hank Beer having a lot of trouble to get by Gralla.
Yeah, what got by him?
Let's see. Mallon try to unlap himself here soon. Mallon putting the bumper to our leader a little bit.
Logano now running back up into 10.
Yeah, back up ninth for him. Although Chang's still our biggest mover.
Yeah. I don't think anybody's going to top our biggest loss, though. Biggest loser in terms of slots. I guess it would have to be him, yeah. Started dead middle of the field. Right active. Look at Craven. In that
Craven.
32 looking down now for second.
If the race were to end now, Gragson would gain quite a few points on Hank Beer for the championship. Oh, oh!
Oh, he got into it. He tried to move him out of the way. Gragson wasn't having it though.
I thought for sure we were about to see our first caution of the day there.
Craven's been known to mess it up like that. He's not afraid of using the chrome horn.
Not at all.
I'd expect him to use it at a place like Bristol or Martinsville rather than here, though. That was pretty ballsy. Rather bold, I should say. Excuse me. He's going to get by. At least for now. Let's see, will it pay that? No.
Oh.
Oh, he did get him back, just a little bit.
Just enough to say, hey, I didn't appreciate that.
Yep, that's what you see. That's just what I prefer to see. And then if it escalates from there, then you start to see the intentional wrecking, which honestly, you don't want to see it, but if it's justified, it's justified.
Absolutely.
We're at the point where it's like, okay, we got two drivers there, know each other there, they're running hard. You give me a nudge out of the way, I give you a nudge to say, hey, I didn't appreciate that, I'm still here, I'm going to try to get by you, and that's what Gragson's going to try to do. No. I looked, but Craven is doing a good job blocking that low line.
Let's go back and check on our leader for a bit. Johnson up to a 7-second lead almost.
Yeah. This pack with Johnson around it has just sped up tremendously to the point where Johnson feels comfortable just running around, not having to pass anybody, still running consistent lap times, not having to fight for position. Everyone else behind him fighting for position. Fun to watch, but they're losing time.
Back to this battle for second now.
Good battle for second, though, I have to say. Craven in the 32 Toyota. Gragson in that number 16. I have to say, it looked like, from my bird's eye view, a Chrysler at one point. But no, that's the newer style Cadillac.
Yep. Those two having a battle
Monster
here.
Energy Toyota. These two are having a great battle, yeah. Now they are starting, this two-car group is starting to lead the other two-car group. Behind them.
Gragson trying to get back to the back bumper of Craven.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to turn him, but I think he will definitely give him a little shove and say, yo, I didn't appreciate that. I need to get by. Well, excuse me, pardon me, coming through.
Probably holding up this pack way by a lot.
Yeah, all these cars definitely quick enough to be up in the top 10. But Rama especially, he had trouble early. He was running okay early. Then after his first stop, he's just falling off the pace tremendously. Here's your leader, Johnson.
Oh, Johnson gave Beer a little bit of a bump.
Well, he's been racing him hard for about, what, 20? No?
Yeah. He's been racing him hard so long that we're almost in the second round of pit stops. Everybody way spread out.
I don't think that's a caution. He got the pit lane. That's Duke Kane out of the race. Big blow up on that number 42 car. Yeah, that'll be oil down there now. It's the 97. This is all for position, too. Spencer in the 41, Sweet in the 77. 97. Rush. Okay. 41 in the 45, Marlin in the 40. Got the 8. It might. Yeah, now he's got to deal with Franklin Rockingham. Beer's cleared him. No, actually. Indeed. Looks like Johnson's going to clear Rockingham, no problem. He does, easily. That's right, the 95. It's another one of the independent cars and one of the special one-off cars that teams have rolled up with this new series and this new car formula. Team running the Skyline GTR. We got Watt running the Mercedes body car of all things. That's the series well, but just not something I was expecting to see this time. But now, yeah, Johnson, our leader, still stuck behind old Hank, old Dale Peter. Allen's doing an amazing job. He stayed with him this whole time. Hasn't lost a step. Here, meanwhile, looking to make a move on Earnhardt here for position. Oh boy! Now I look like the crazy one. My partner has been. But
I followed.
I've been talking to myself. Dang.
My mic has been off the whole time, and I've been chatting away. Sorry about that, folks. We're a little bit disorganized this race.
Not as bad as Daytona, though, where you did the entire commentary with me on mute, so it sounded like you were a crazy person talking to yourself.
Very true.
At least it was only a third of the race and not the half of it. And this race in general has had some decent action, but... Let's see, things might start to pick up just a little bit. This Craven's starting to eat into this gap now. Johnson having to really turn off and having to really back off because of this battle. So the gap was originally 6.7 seconds, it's now down about
I'm thinking Johnson backed off a little bit due to that battle that was going on in front of him.
Well, absolutely. I would. If I was driving, I would. Wouldn't want to be involved in that 4-car, 5-car battle.
No, that was about 7 cars battling for a position, doing 3 wide.
Absolutely.
Johnson trying to line up Earnhardt, as well as Beer.
Yeah.
Both of them doing a great job of holding him off, though. Watts looking to try to take back his lap from our leader. Should be getting real close to our pit window here soon.
We're right about there, yeah. Right about or thereabouts. You might see some of the early stoppers come in.
Johnson gonna get by, I believe, the 8 of Martin Earnhardt.
Yep. And Dale Beer still on the lead lap, still driving through the field. He does not want to get lapped. I'd be darned. Earnhardt also trying to keep his lap on the lead lap. The gap is still closing. Now we're down to about 4.6 seconds. Craven in that 32. Closing in on this group. Little by little.
12 laps before the window opens.
Thereabouts. I'd probably say about lap 170, 71, I'd say. Yeah, we're probably going to see at least one more stop after this one. At least if my map is correct. At least your map's correct. Yeah,
Craven doing a great job of holding off Gragson.
I think he's got the faster car on the run overall. Gragson on the short term is quicker. Over the long haul, Craven's got a good car. Maybe not a race winner, but definitely a good car. Johnson, though, he qualified on the pole. He was actually not that fast in practice. Or happy hour, I should say. Practice, he was alright. Just goes to show how tough this series can be. That you've got, looking at the practice results, and there are like all these sorts of drivers and names I have no clue of. They're just nowhere in qualifying, and they're kind of there, but not really in the race. Lots of unpredictability in this series.
Oh,
That's why
yeah.
I love it so much. I love it so much. Moving up through the field.
Oh, Atwood in.
Atwood's in the number 7 from 5th position.
Looks like you were right about on the money.
169, 170. Yeah, the earliest stoppers.
Here comes Craven.
Craven coming from 2nd.
There's a big group of cars right there.
Yes, it is.
Here comes Duke Payne.
Oh.
There's a 33.
Moab car. There it is.
And we're back to our leader.
Yep. This is the pack at Phoenix. Doesn't change. Doesn't matter what you run here. Super modifieds, late models, midgets, sprints, open wheel cars, stock cars. Going through traffic, running in comfortable traffic like this is tantamount to succeed here. Tantamount to success.
Here comes our leader.
Leader's in. Johnson's in. He's got a big enough lead, though.
Gragson staying out. Here comes Hank Beer.
Seems about right. This is about right. Yep.
Rudd, Roy.
Rudd.
I got a sneaking suspicion that the 32 car right there might come out ahead of here.
You might. You might. Let's see.
There goes the 19 of Bass. Right. To the left. A little bit of a slow run over there.
Being the pole sitter too, Johnson's got the last stall coming out, so that helps a little bit.
There we go. He's going to get out ahead of Raven. Fast making a big run on Orman. There's Hank
Old
here.
tires versus new tires, just like we saw in the last round of stops. There's the 15 car.
Here comes Gragson out of the woods.
Go again. Johnson now trying to get by Watt, but there's a lot more urgency now because Craven's on the high side. He is looking. He's gaining.
22 still hasn't stopped.
Whoa, we got a car missing a front fender. That's the 17.
That's the
What
50.
happened there? That's the 15. What happened there? It was on pit road. Because he was fine on pit road. What happened here? He just biffed it? Did he biff it? Okay. Okay. There's a pit road.
I thought I saw him hit something on pit road. Yeah,
Oh, he hit the 95.
Yeah, he ran into the side of the
What
93
happened
there.
after that? What happened after that, though? He still had his hood. He still had his front bumper.
They took it off during the pit stop.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's one.
London. There is. There's our leader.
There he is. 48 of Johnson. Coming up the lap. Draco in the 89. Raven right there in second.
Raven a lot closer now.
Oh, yeah. One car just... this race is on now. One more stop before the end. Okay, see how it plays out. Again, who's driving and driving too good? No cautions yet. I don't know if we'll have a caution today, actually. We might just go full green flag running.
Last pit stop should come at 261.
Sounds about fair. Now we got this battle here.
Wow, look at all the 30th on back as a lap down.
It's about fair for this place. Eventually, the leaders will get so far ahead that even if you do stop under green, you're going to lose a lap and they're going to keep you a lap down. Okay, there goes Johnson by Draco.
I'm up 28 cars left on the lead lap. Let's see if we can see any damage on the back end of the 93 here.
I don't see any damage.
Oh, I'm not seeing any either.
Johnson got close, but I don't think he ever actually hit the 93.
No, I was thinking of the 15.
Oh, the accident on pit road, yeah.
Yeah.
That is strange. actually look for panics maybe on the quarter panel rather than the rear bumper itself.
No front end for the 15.
I've heard the joke that Nissan GTRs are basically giant pigs, basically giant flying bricks. And it actually looks like one. Again, another car I wouldn't mind having more of on the business. It's a bit more people are interested in. That's all. I guess it's already a bit of a stress when you've got Toyotas and now Hondas and a couple other teams building their own cars pretty much under their own manufacturer flag.
Johnson gonna get by Michaels.
Yeah, Michael's not going to make it easy, even with it. Got blue flag showing.
They almost touched there for a second.
Yeah, Michaels has been a little aggressive since he's raced at Sonoma. Especially since it's here. Got by. That was not easy. Raven, meanwhile, is having a battle with Sweet. He's starting to lose ground by a ton.
Yeah, he's having a lot of trouble with Sweet here.
And Dale Beer, too, also getting a hard time. This goes to show you, some cars are actually really quick on the short run. But on the longer run, some cars will just be faster. Will just be faster. So you can tell that Sweet and Dale Beer have definitely quick cars early on. If there were more cautions in this race, or maybe just shorter pit cycles, they would be much faster, much higher up. Well, that's astonishing to me that these cars can go as long as they can on one set of tires and one set of tank of gas.
Oh,
Hamlin's
Hamlin it.
Yeah. Something may be wrong with that car.
Go back and see if something happened or if he just decided to come in.
That Mallon's teammate, or is that?
Yes, this is Mallon's teammate.
Mallon's new teammate. Thank you.
Yes.
It's tough because you've got also Bass in the 19. It has the same number font as these cars, but it's a different team. And again, Toyotas.
Yeah, no, it doesn't look like anything happened to him. It looks like he just decided to come in. Wonder if they had a little trouble on that car or something. I'm trying to find our leader again. There he is. Got by Bush. Yeah, definitely an unscheduled pit stop because they cannot make it.
Johnson now starting to open up the gap again, getting through this traffic. The field itself started to get a lot more strung out than it was earlier.
7 cars separate Raven from getting to Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson again, he's taking his time, he's being patient, he's not trying to race anybody, he's just holding on until he can get the opportunity to make the pass, and it's just helping him. Raven spent that time running some Dale Beer and I believe regardless, because Graven was racing lap cars earlier, he's lost a ton of time. Sweet, my bad, sweet. This really is, I think, Johnson's race to lose, unless they completely mess up something in the pit stop or a mechanical fault takes him out. My money's going to go on 48 to win today.
Sorry, I was getting a drink to fight this Phoenix heat. Yeah, but we've seen this before with Johnson, where it's been his race to lose, and he's just had bad luck.
That is fair. That is fair, but again, I can't see anybody right now passing this car on track for position legitimately.
No, it's going to take a caution.
Yeah. And again, we've had incidents, but nothing really enough to call a caution. Gragson getting racing.
This is our closest battle we have right now.
Battling for third right here between Gragson in the 16 and then Bass in the 19, lap 15. Bass under attack from the 86 lap car. That's the thing, the lap cars here are able to keep up with the leaders. At least on the short period. The longer the run goes, the leaders go out ahead, and the lap cars stay lapped for a reason.
There's that 11 car.
Back out on track.
Sitting pretty nice. Johnson lining up Spencer next.
Spencer was the quickest car in practice. He has just been nowhere ever since then. That good qualifying and was again nowhere in happy hour. Gone backwards since they rolled off the truck, unfortunately. Woo! Johnson getting into the back of him. Something's in inside Johnson. He's not punch playing around now.
Well, you gotta wonder. You gotta think he's been sitting behind these lap cars for a while now. He's got to be getting sick of them ignoring the blue flags.
And I think he is. I think he just showed Spencer what will happen if he ignores blue flags again. And to me, that's totally fair. Alright, lap 198 versus 212. Race just keeps on rolling.
Johnson's still trying his best to get by Busher.
Johnson now gets he's got this perfect balance right now. Knowing when to make moves, be bold, and when to just hang back. Makes real effort to get by.
Lining up the 24 of Ormond.
24 of Ormond and this 2. I think the 2 is Cinder, right?
Yes, this is 2 of Centric. Ooh, gives the 24 a little bit of a shot coming into 1.
Yeah, he's sick and tired of running around in these lap cars. He just wants to buy them now.
He's getting real aggressive with these lap cars now.
Wow. Got about 110 laps to go. One more pit stop.
You can't blame him for getting aggressive with them though. They've done nothing but ignore the blue flags.
And in Dale Beers case, race them hard like they were actually out in the lead. So yeah, Johnson's kind of fed up with it. He's just get out of my way.
Hartman gets a little loose coming off of 2 there.
That too, he's probably looking at him and he's still laughing, going, "Oh, I gotta get by these guys. They're gonna wreck it for me. I like to stay behind here like this. There we go." So he went. And he's looking how fast he's going now. He's not behind them anymore. He's not in their dirty air. He's just running free. Running through there. Once again, these new cars kind of mitigate maybe lessen the impact of it, but the dirty air is still there. It never will go away. It's just laws of physics. Mitigate it, but
Let's see if how much he can open up this gap now.
well, it's about 7.5 seconds. Oh, 8 seconds. Excuse me. 7.9. I thought it was 7.5. 7.98. Just about 8 seconds.
8.34 now. Oh! Missed it.
For caution?
Oh! 16 got by 32 of Craven.
I was just about to say. Gragson. Gragson got by, found a way past this pit. Stop. Oh, and the 19 got by Craven as well. The third position.
Still losing time though.
Much about this guy driving lately.
Right. I must have started scrolling through the.
I think you were for a little bit. Yeah, that's what happens when you get to Cleveland. You have or sorry, when you get to Phoenix. It gets harder and harder to go through the field. Harder and harder to find where the leader.
There he is.
There we go.
8.67 back to Gragson.
Pull straight away in.
This car in line is the 88 of Jarrett.
Clean air, he really opens up the gap. You see his car just works perfectly.
Absolutely.
But again, I think, aside from having the clean air running, his greatest strength, Johnson's greatest strength right now, I believe, is just being able to just drive away and just keep pace in traffic and not push those wheels too much. And yeah, he is starting to get a little more aggressive now. We're getting closer to the end of the race.
Did Atwood make an unscheduled pit stop?
I think he did. He had to have, because he was up there in the top 10 for a while. But
Yeah, now he's sitting back in 37th. There's our leader.
man, I wish I didn't have that high tolerance to caffeine. Because I am in need of a pick-me-up right now. Still, about 100 laps to go.
We'll get through it.
Seems
We
so
will
well.
get through it. To 100 go right now. Everybody kind of spread out quite a bit.
This is generally what happens at Phoenix when you go long flag stretches. Long flag pit stop cycles.
Mm-hmm.
You usually see it more in Oakville racing than stock cars. I'm surprised. Everyone's
Oh!
on their P's and
Oh!
Oh, that's to say that caution's out.
Yeah,
That is Atwood.
that is gonna bring out the car. Oh!
Oh, big crash. That is Mallon.
That's both of the
Oh my goodness.
both.
Both cars. Mallon and Hamlin. And they are running full speed into it, and they're doing a great job not to run into anything else. Wow.
That was
Oh,
both.
what happened there?
That was both of the.
What team was there again? They were just this week. Just this week they just announced that, right?
The R2,
Oh,
both of the
Tinder.
R2 Motorsports cars.
Sports thing.
Leader headed in.
Oh, interesting call.
Yeah, definitely an interesting call. They're not going to be able to make it.
No. No.
Oh, here comes
Gragson
Gragson.
in.
All of our
Oh,
lead lap
all
cars
the
are
lap
headed.
cars coming in. Yes, they are. They're all coming in.
Yeah, all the lead lap.
Go.
All right, that gives us a chance to
Okay.
go figure out what the heck happened.
What happened? I was just saying, everyone was on their P's and Q's, and then this happened.
Go back.
So back it up, back it up, back it up.
All right.
It all starts with something with the 7 car. What happened to the 7 car?
I believe he blew his engine. Yeah.
So, he was having trouble.
Yeah,
So
he
it
blew his
blew up
engine
going
right
into
there.
debris right there.
He's trying to get down to the bottom.
And
Can't do it.
He's slowing, and he's past her
Oh.
at that point. And then the 93 Watt gets into him. Oh my goodness, that's a crazy accident.
Yeah, that's what happens right
that
there.
stacks up the 8 Earnhardt and then the 62.
The 8 gets tagged twice before hitting the wall there.
3 times because the 62 is right behind him as well.
And then
back it up.
Yeah, back.
Because then 7 is stopped on the track. We're driving back to the caution, and then the 18 just didn't see him, and boom! Oh my!
Collects
goodness.
his teammate.
Oh my God.
Big hit into the driver's door. Ooh.
Big hits.
Great heads up driving by Logano though.
Good heads up driving by Logano. Good heads up driving by Rich Roy.
I want to go back to that. I want to go on board with Logano. Because that was some heads up driving right there. We'll go with this cam. I want to see what he saw.
Alright, on the helmet cam.
That was something else. Wow. Just wow.
Big wow. Big wow.
All right.
Okay.
We got everything sorted out. Let's go through our top 10. First is
Sounds
Johnson.
good.
Second is Gragson. Third, Bass. Fourth, Craven. Fifth, Hank Beer. Sixth, Logano. Seventh, Nadu. Eighth, Rudd. Ninth, Holland. 10th is Ching.
Good runs for Nadu and Holland.
11.
Kane and 11.
That is Kasey.
Say Kane, my bad.
Salmi 12th. Roy 13th. 14th, Simmons. 15th, Gasly. 16th is... We'll talk about that in a second. 16th is Neiswanger. 17th, Osborne. 18th goes to... I believe that's Bliss.
The newcomer, Bliss in the number 27.
Bliss in 18th. 19th, Warren. 20th, Jarrett.
Jarrett's the last car in the lead lap.
What in the...
Whoa, what's this?
Somebody was checking up all of our lap cars there. I don't know what happened.
Rockingham did. I want to say that was Franklin Rockingham caused that.
21st is Orman. 22nd, Cindric. 23rd, Bush. 24th, Spencer. 25th is Draco. 26th is, I believe, Dale Beer. 27th, Sweet. 28th, Michaels. 29th is Marlin. And 30th is Birch. Coming to the green flag here. Johnson going to be our neutral car.
Green flag, here we go. Wow, inside line gets a great jump. They all stayed in. They all got tires too. 3 wide going into turn 1. Business is starting to pick up. Everybody going to try to get the inside, trying to get the
Oh, a couple of cars sliding around.
Trying to get in there.
Johnson's stuck on that outside. Not going to be a good look for him right now.
Not right now. This is the time of the race. Right on a restart. You want to be on that inside line. You want to be making that corner through the cut to the corner. You want to be hugging that inside yellow line or going under it through here. This is the time to do it. This is where you gain all of your time and pass most of your cars. Right here, right now. Gragson's going to try to make the move. Got car on pit lane.
It was the 17 of Busher. Not sure what happened.
Might have been something related to the accident. Might have been they miscalculated something on pit road.
But we said earlier, this is not, caution was not what Johnson wanted to see.
No. No, I think he's got the car to be able to pull away, but it's going to take longer than he likes. And on top of that now, he's got Orman in the 24 and then Bush in the 97 in front of him.
And both of them are back on the lead lap, I do believe.
And they're going to fight
Yeah.
to keep that lead lap.
Yeah, they're both back on the lead lap, so they're going to do
Yes,
everything
did.
they can to stay there. Yeah, they're going to do absolutely everything they can to stay right there, in case another caution comes out. 90 laps to go.
And Gragson is right there behind Johnson. This he's been so far.
Gragson had to check up a little bit, or he would have gotten to the back of Johnson.
But he's running right where he wants to be. That's the place you want to be, where you're passing and making a move on somebody. Just close enough you can make this spot and decide where you want to go. Johnson wants to bend that low
Busher
line.
out. Busher still staying out now.
And Gralla out too. Back out on track.
There we go.
Leaders are coming up to go and pull something on that.
Johnson doing
Gralla
everything.
now up the third position. That 22 car behind the 2 of Cedric. Johnson is trying to hold him off as much as he can.
Hank Beer pushing it 3 wide, trying to get that spot.
He's going to get it.
No, he's not.
He's looking. Oh, he's still there, though. And again, you've got cars on fresh tires fighting each other. Lap, unlap, etc., etc. This is the battle, though. Johnson in the 48, Gragson in the 16. You've got lap cars, and you've got cars right on the tail end of the lead out in front of them. They make life very difficult indeed to believe they get by. Top 3 car covered by a pretty good amount right now. Got Logano in the 22, that blue, white, and red AAA sponsor car running third. This is the battle. Here comes Gragson down on the inside.
Go.
Side by side as I head down the backstretch. This is where usually I try to make the inside line work. Here we go.
We did see
Johnson's
these
gonna
two
get the
battle
fight.
it out like this earlier in the race.
We did. Yes, we did. And here we go again. I feel like Gragson's a little better in the 1 and 2, but Johnson's got the run coming off the 3 and 4. And on the overall lap, that's what matters. In that run off the final corner, heading to that start-finish line kink, and then heading into turn 1. It's right there. He's keeping sights to him a little bit better. Meanwhile, Logano's come into 3rd place. He's finally gotten by lap traffic. This is your battle right here. Johnson in the 48, Gragson in the 15, Logano in the 22. Gragson right up on the back bumper, getting into the spoiler and the diffuser of that 48 car. allow Johnson to close in. That's going to allow Logano to close in. Logano over the back bumper of that 16 car. Really putting the screws to him.
Oh, you have a caution?
Caution's out.
For...
What the heck?
Yeah.
Caution's out. What happened?
Something.
Oh, what happened? What happened here? Keep going.
Uh-oh.
That's the 62. He spun all the... Okay, let's take a look at this. That's the 9 getting into the 62. Oh, he just gutted it. Oh, my
Big
goodness.
damage for the 62.
Ah, what had caused that? Where did that come from? That was bumps and runs, but that was just...
He just straight dumped him pretty much.
Yeah. On the straightaway, on the kink coming out of the start finish line.
We're still rolling, though.
Okay. Still rolling, yeah, but... Wow. Okay. Okay, here we go again.
Logano gonna get out first this time.
Wow, man. Gragson's...
No damage to the 9 car.
That's okay, nothing fancy, and then... Boom! It starts happening. Things start hitting up, peaking up. Business is picking up, I should say. Excuse me. So we come across the line here. We're going to look at the view, and we're going to get to see where the running order is.
Here we go.
Okay.
Alright. Logano first. Gragson second. Johnson third. Fourth is Bass. Fifth, Craven. Sixth, Hank Beer. Seventh, Rudd. Eighth, Simmons. Ninth is Ching. 10th, Salmi. 11th, Nadu. 12th is Kane. 13th is Warren. 14th, Jarrett. 15th, Roy. 16th, Neischwanger. 17th is Holland. 18th, Bliss Jr. 19th, Bush. 20th, Gasly. 21st is Orman. 22nd is Osborne. 23rd is no, 23rd. 23rd is at the back right now. So yes, Spencer will be 23rd. 24th is Cindric. 25th, Draco. 26th, Sweet. 27th, Lunge. 28th is Marlin. 29th is Hale Beer. 30th goes to Michaels. 31st, Rockingham. 32nd, Earnhardt. 33rd is Usher. And 33rd will be Birch. And 34th will be Usher. Here backing up those rest of the lap cars there. Here we go. Another restart. Here we go again.
Line up 2 by 2 down the back stretch. This historically used to be the front stretch of Phoenix, but now it leads into 3 and 4. The RV campers on the outside is here and there.
You know, it's going to be awfully close now. They might be able to make it.
Absolutely. Now you can roll the dice on pit strategy. Green flag. Here we go.
Spencer with a big run on the restart here.
Inside run is going to get the restart line. It's the third line on restarts. On racing line is the hybrid. When you're all bunched up like this, being on the down low is the way to be. Running in the middle is all right. And as the run goes on, the hybrid seems to be really on. Johnson, though, pulling out to the early lead.
That is Logano, sir.
Sorry, Logano. My God, I am just...
It's that time change.
Yes, it is. It's a time change. I have taken so much caffeine that now I have a tolerance to it, so it's not working that much. Whoa, Draco getting up into the side of Cindric in the 2 car.
Trying to fight for his lap back here.
He wants to get back on the lead lap, yeah. Gragson in the hustle right here in that 16 car in second. Johnson mired back in third. Under pressure from both Craven on the inside and Bass behind him in that black 19 car. Gragson, though, stuck in this scrum. Gano's starting to pull away, and he's just letting Spencer lead.
We could see another independent driver get a win here today.
That'd be a big story. Definitely be a big story.
Go. Ops to Spencer for getting his lap back.
Yeah, this is where Paris is going to start to swell out. Okay. Roll back on back out after essentially stop. Yeah.
Gano's still leading. A half a second
Johnson.
lead over Gragson.
Johnson getting shuffled back now. Craven up to third and Bass up to fourth. Monitor serves a little bit. Excuse me.
Gragson doing everything he can to try to get by Cindric.
Yeah. That meanwhile is looking like he wants to try to make a run maybe at the leader and get his lap back. That might slow him down and allow Gragson to make a move. Here comes Gragson down the inside, trying to get by Cindric. Again, early on like this, low line seems to be the quicker way around. But as the tires warm up and as the cars get settled in, the high boost is the way to go.
A little bit of a bobble off. Bit of a bobble from him off that last corner.
Clears him. Craven's right there in that 32 car. As is Bass in the 19, that black 19 car. Rest of the field right behind. Johnson's starting to fall back in fifth. He's getting really sucked into that freaking super, alphabet super cars, teams, and drivers. Gano's just cruising right now. He's got a car buffer, one car buffer between himself and second place. Don't have that much time left.
Gragson's are starting to come in though.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Gragson, what did I say earlier? On the super long run, I think a lot of these teams set these cars up to be good on super long runs. These are drivers that were really quick on the shorter runs. We've had 2 short runs back to back. Probably, we might go green to the finish. We might go yellow again. The more yellows, the better this 22 is going to be. The better this 16 is going to be. The better, I think, even the 32 might be. The 32 is right now playing bumper tag with the 2 car Cindric.
I'm wondering how long some of these lead lap cars are going to sit behind these lappers.
I don't think it's going to be too... I think the time for patience is kind of ended. We're going to have to start to see. If you really want to make the moves to make you the victory lane, now's the time.
Craven gets by Cindric.
That's good. That's good. Gragson, meanwhile, has got Draco in front of him. Draco's holding pace with the leader, but he's not quite fast enough to pass him just yet.
Gragson reeling him in real slowly.
Yep. Better to do it real slowly than not at all, frankly, on this track. Especially with tire to consider. And especially if you're going to try to make it to the end of the race. Because theoretically, you can. Albeit it would be very, very tough. And your tires will be pretty much dead. But still, it's theoretically possible. HB2 car, that blue Ford out front. Not the first car in line, but the first car leading this race. Doing a decent job at it. Spencer, after dominating practice, being having a disappointing qualifying run, being nowhere in happy hours, leading this pack and looking like he's finding the speed now at the end of this race. He's so many laps down, or back on the lead lap, but only barely. He had at the start of the weekend. Draco too actually was pretty quick in practice, that first practice as well. Only bobbled a little bit. Johnson bobbled a little bit.
Gragson reeling in the 89 of Draco.
Donald's starting to feel the heat a little bit. Making some little mistakes, letting the 89 get a couple runs on him, but nothing close enough to race. Raven, meanwhile, is closing in on the 16. He's only looking for second. And that's music to Logano's ears. Slows on, staying ahead, behind him, just driving away.
Getting ready to come to 60 to go.
And eyes on this middle car between first and second place. Right behind him, only a lap down. Now leading the lead lap cars. And tough times for BTL Autosport. Both of their cars have had high days, but they've had low lows. The new driver is a washed up old open wheeler who's just trying to make a living doing this. And the new hot kid that won 2 races is behind a car on pace, just behind a car on pace. Actually, I was going to say, he started the race. He started this race. He was on the restart behind, what's it, Simmons in the 15?
I believe. Michaels.
Michaels. When you've got one car that's driven by a driver who's still okay, but not necessarily the greatest, and you've got another car behind your young kid who's on pace, starting behind a car without a front frame, without a front fascia or a hood, you got problems. Johnson, meanwhile, is definitely starting to get some mojo back behind him. He's definitely letting Cindric know that I'm here. Excuse me, pardon me, coming through.
Absolutely.
So we'll get close to you.
Logano starting to pull away again.
Just a little bit, yeah. Again, he's just letting Spencer dictate the pace. He's just fine to be where he is.
Just under 60.
Necessarily...
Just under 60 to go.
Yep, we said that a little earlier. Yeah, he's just letting it go. It's just a little bit different because when Johnson did it earlier in the race, he had a huge gap. Now it's only a 1-car buffer, but again, these cars get so strung out, and these differences aren't that big. Johnson's going to be, Logano's got to be on his P's and Q's right now to get this win. He's got to hope that maybe no more cautions. He's got enough fuel and tires to make it. Because again, we're in that place where with the 2 back-to-back cautions, you might be able to make this race on the stop that you did. You might not have to stop them.
I don't know. I'm wondering if maybe, just maybe, Logano's pushing it too hard.
He might. He might. We won't know. That's the thing. He's got the pace right now, but we're not going to see the result of what this pace is for another 10, 15, maybe 20 laps. And by that point, you're not moving to get to the front. You've decided to settle for what you have. to say, I'm always actually thinking about it. Looking at that backstretch, I thought this track was very, very cool where it's located. How in what's now turns 1 and 2, you can sit on that hill for a little bit. Just camp out and kind of like a afternoon summer picnic, I guess, on this hill coming through here.
Long 3-hour picnic.
Yeah, that's why you bring the easy ups to get the cooler. I always thought that was pretty cool about this place. Gragson, meanwhile, finally getting close to the 89 car. Gonna try to get by and get a shot, maybe at Logano. That's the thing about this Phoenix track. You need about a lap to set up a pass. You can set up a pass right here, maybe, if you've got a good enough car. You really need to set up the lap. Set it all up for this one shot going right here into 1. You don't get it, then maybe you're able to get the run, get the bike coming off the 3 and 4 right here, and you're able to go down the back straightaway and make the inside dive again into 1 and 2. But again, you're taking 3/4 of the lap with one pass. And you can see that Gragson's got a quick car. Here we go. Looking, no good. Honda's got some big horsepower under there. I have to say, it's kind of surprising that they're not necessarily well on the long pace. Drake has definitely shown short run speed to keep in front of these cars. It's not holding them up too badly.
2nd through 4th right here.
Yeah, this is starting to heat up now. Craven battling with Bass. Bass has been out of sight this week. He's been in the top 5 all day. Impressive run for him.
Laps to go.
Another surprise.
I think I have bad news for the BTL Autosport camp.
Rockingham having issues?
No. I got a feeling if this race finishes the way it's looking, they might not leave here with the team standings lead.
That's honestly to be expected. They have tailed off quite a bit since Sonoma, and it's starting to look more and more like it wasn't just a one-race blip, unfortunately. But again, you've got 2 new untested cars from an untested manufacturer, new team, 2 relatively drivers that are relatively new to stock car racing in general. A lot of them really are a little bit more experienced with this sort of thing. Honestly, you're going to see growing pains like that. It's surprising that they won what they had.
Yeah, it's really pretty impressive for a brand new manufacturer.
It is. Brand new manufacturer, brand new team in charge of running that manufacturer's engine, cars, drivers, what have you. Building chassis and such. Nobody's interested yet, but still another independent driver in Logano. 2 for 2 for the independents. Can it happen? Looking more and more likely.
Still really concerned about the fuel mileage.
That is the big question mark. I think they're going to gamble and they're going to throw the dice and see where they roll. They're going to be hoping for 7s. Might get snake eyes. Tough to say. Damn it! I should.
We had just under 90 to go when the caution came out, so if everybody topped off, they should be able to do it.
Maybe.
Just a matter of if they got enough fuel in the car or not.
Maybe. Not necessarily having the fuel in the car, but also being able to not necessarily having the fuel in the car, but also having the driver smart enough to keep enough fuel in the car, per se, not being able to burn it up.
Rockingham starting to reel in Logano a little bit.
That's Drake there, my friend. Rockingham is in there.
Oh, yep.
Draco's got the Jollibee car with it's one of the only cars I can think of on this grid that has different colored wheels. It's got red wheels over the rear tires and regular black wheels on the front tires. Silver wheels on the front tires. But again, Logano's letting Spencer up front dictate the pace. He's just holding him, humming along, kicking the laps off. Just about 62 laps, 52 laps to go. Close to 50 to go. And again, close but not quite. A little bit more race to go, but not quite. I think everyone's staying pace for now, but we're probably going to see it really pick up with about 30 to go. 30 to go is when we're going to start to see aggression. We're going to see whether or not Gragson has anything for Logano.
I think so as well.
Logano can hold on, or whether Craven now up behind Gragson. Or D-Bass. Or D-Bass.
Hey, he's right there as well.
Yeah. Johnson right there. Johnson under pressure from the front for 6th.
Thought I saw the caution lights on for a second.
I thought I did too, but maybe my eyes are just playing tricks on me. I know for sure as I cross the line because we keep coming rolling back to the caution. No? No.
Late night eyes pulling tricks on us.
Yep, afternoon sun. Heat makes you say crazy things. Gragson's starting to get real impatient, running up the high line, trying to get the run to get past Draco.
I think that's going to cost him.
And that's good. Yeah, it is going to cost him. Here comes Craven down low. Craven's another independent driver, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
He is. What a day. And the 19 is he not?
Nope. 19 represents, I believe, R&R Motorsports.
Thank you. Yes.
Yes, R&R Motorsports.
R&R have not had the best years at team. They haven't had much to show for it. This is a good run for them. Gragson now, and this is what Logano wants to see. Gragson under pressure from the brake. Because now he can just focus on driving away. Problem is, though, is now he's got the 89 running down his neck trying to get the slap back. So it's just a back and forth, and it's just a seesaw. And again, I don't think anybody... I think we're going to see a lot of cars try to make it. Excuse me. I think we're going to see a lot of cars trying to make a run and just go for it. I wouldn't be surprised if some of the drivers in this group do stop early, just to be 100% sure, and again, get that tire advantage.
Yeah. I'm real interested to see if anybody does come in. I think everybody's going to try to finish this race out here. Gragson's starting to get impatient with Draco again.
He's looking, keeps looking, but that 89 is doing just enough. The 16 can't quite find a place to pass. One of the problems with a series, unfortunately, like this is that everybody's so close and running such consistent lap times that you don't get the speed fall off and you don't get people making moves. And the commentator's Jake strikes again.
Here we go.
Here comes Gragson. Down to the inside.
Finally has that line he needs.
He's got what he needs. Not going to be this lap. He has the preferred line going into 1 and 2. That's the thing. The preferred line around here seems to be the high side. Except for 1 and 2. 1 and 2, we can get side by side with somebody. A side draft on him. Slow him down just a little bit by running extra close to him. But again, I think that high line just feels just a little bit faster all the way around. Or at least the line that Gragson and Draco just did now. Meanwhile, you've got Bass looking at Craven for third. He's side by side with Craven for third. 19 and 32. 2 Toyotas.
Gragson's still having a lot of trouble getting by Draco.
Craven getting a little wild too, as he's battling with Bass. He'll lead that lap, maybe ahead that lap. Bass is fighting for that third spot. Logano is just loving it because he's just packing his bag. He's just starting to pack his bags and think about checking out. He's got about a second lead.
Come to 30 to go.
With about 30 to go, this is it. This is the time. Everyone's going to get impatient now, and this is the moment I would recommend. If I was a crew chief, I'd be on the hall's horn saying, okay, now's the time. Quit messing around. Go for the leader. Get by this lap car and go for it.
Absolutely. I 100% agree.
The more these cars race each other, the more Logano will just be happy going, yes, thank you, keep racing. I'll just keep building up my leads. Slowly but surely.
Gap is here.
1.7 seconds. This is the largest lead he's had pretty much this entire run. Again, because of the battling behind him. And again, Draco isn't necessarily holding up the cars behind him like I've seen others do, but
he's just running his race. He has the pace to keep in front of him.
Yeah. And with these shorter runs, he has it. He doesn't have 70-lap race pace run. He's got 40-lap pace run, 50-lap pace run. So he's just staying ahead. Gragson going to the
way wide for him.
Side, trying something different.
I think he's starting to lose grip, personally.
Man, he might. That might be. That is something that can happen at Phoenix. Really see if he really comes off. Nah. Not as bad as I would have thought. It did look like he went a little too hot into 1 and 2 and slowed up the track.
Yeah, I think he gathered it back up and calmed it back down.
Yeah, if he was having tire issues, you'd see it, and that car would start to push coming off the 3 and 4 right here. It would just go way up the hill onto the blue wall. It doesn't do that necessarily.
They're reeling Logano back in. Here we go again. Side by side.
Time is now for Gragson. He's got to make this stick.
Got a good run coming out of 4.
Good.
Dives it in deep. He just doesn't seem to have the speed. Yeah, those 2 laps allowed Craven and Bass to reel him back in. A little hot coming into 3 and 4.
He's overdriving the car now. You can see it. He's getting too impatient. He's overdriving it. And it's just going to allow Logano to just open the gap more and more, little by little. That's 1.10. 1.10 with about 22 laps to go. Might be another independent win. We'll see. Draco isn't necessarily holding anybody up.
1.1.
1.1.
I think Gragson's best bet is going to be to stay behind Draco until they get up there. Yeah, he lost time again. Almost a flat 1.3. Coming to 20 to go. We need to go now.
He's really stretched that gap now, 1.2 seconds. I honestly feel like these cars are going to have to go for another caution to get rid of that Logano.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Here he goes. Battle for third right there, right behind this. Gas looking at Craven.
Craven holds on to it there.
Holds on to it for now. Like I said, you want the preferred line to be 1, 2.
Craven checks up. He got a little loose coming out of 2 there.
Yeah, these cars are starting to wear their tires out a little bit. Trying to still drive on the track just a little too much. I'm amazed at Spencer in that 41 car ahead of Logano and how he's able to just check out the leader. Yeah. No blue flags yet. We gotta get by this 89 car. The time is running out.
Gave him a little nudge there coming out of 2.
Yeah, he's getting real impatient now. But it ended up costing him time.
1.4.
Raven now closing in. Just a little. This shows you just how tough, even with the new cars, how tough it is to pass. Necessarily how to get the run and how to get the angle to get the pass going.
Yeah, it's going to take another caution for these guys to even have a shot.
Still, fine race for everybody involved. Rudd in the 5th, starting to close in a little. Johnson back to 6th. Bush in the 97, running at the top of the field.
Yeah, everybody just running the race.
Yeah. Happens. You know, Phoenix has races like this. That's just the nature of this track. Long races like this will do this.
Gragson's cut it back down to 1.2.
Yeah, Logano's starting to slow down just a little bit.
1.9.
Gragson really looking. Here we go. We gave him another nudge going into 1.
This might be the pass here.
This might be it.
Oh yeah, here it
To the
is.
side of him. There we go. This might be it.
Draco seems to have that straight line speed though.
Yes, I definitely recommend that if the Honda's ever, if we go back to another track that's got a lot of power, low downforce, a big, wide, flat oval, big, long road course like Road America at the end of the year, I expect those cars to be really fast there.
Here we
Gragson
go. It's on now.
gets by the 89. Here we go.
It's
Race
on
is gonna
now.
start with just about 22 laps to go. 21 laps to go coming to the flag. 89 did all he could. Yeah, this is a battle. 1.26 seconds. Let's see what the gap is.
Oh wow. I did not expect that.
Okay. Okay. Got Cleveland. He doesn't have Spencer in front of him anymore.
Let's see what it is this time. That's getting cut off at the knees by Draco. 1.48. Coming to 10 to go this time. Coming up on some lap traffic. I don't know if they're going to be a problem though.
20 to go. They might.
1.36. They're starting to reel him in.
They're reeling him in slowly enough. Whether it's going to be enough, catching him is one thing. Passing him is going to be another story. You've seen how difficult it is to pass him.
Absolutely.
Either of these two cars, Craven in third or Gragson in second, have a chance at this. And they are closing 1.14. They're closing about 10 the lap. And the Logano, the leader in that 22, has to take lap traffic. Might have to deal with it. They might catch up to those cars in about 5, maybe 10 laps, and that's what we'll really get down to. That's assuming Logano keeps the pace, etc. Gragson doesn't quite close in again. Again, keeps it the same.
9.96.
He's closing. He's closing.
I don't know if he has enough time. We only have 8 laps left.
Yeah, this might be it.
Might be able to get to him, but he's only going to have one shot at it. .74. Let's see what it is.
Gragson's going to get close. 5 to go this time. He's
Ooh.
right there.
Only 0.2 that time.
200s technically.
If the caution came out now, this race would be over.
Yes, it would. We don't do overtime. We don't do crazy gimmicks. We just focus on the racing. We don't do stages either. Thank God.
.60.
He's closing.
I don't think he's going to have enough time.
Yeah, I think if he had passed Draco maybe 4 or 5 laps earlier, it'd be a different story. I think Logano might have this. Again,
Oh, wow. He is a lot closer now.
Again, commentator curse. I jinxed him.
.42.
0.42. Okay. Okay, we got a race. 3 to go. I think Logano is trying to stay away from that lap traffic ahead of him. And that's what's allowing Gragson to close in.
Oh, yeah. Look at him. 2 to go. Oh,
it.
he's right there.
And catching him is one thing, passing him is the other. What can he do? He's right there. Off at 3, off at 2, going into 3 and 4. Down the backstretch they come.
Oh.
22. Gragson getting a little wiggle.
White flag next time by. Gragson's going to do something. It needs to be now. I think he was hoping to use that lap car as a pick, but he's not going to have a chance to.
He's really diving deep now. Logano's just holding on for dear life, trying not to look at his rearview mirrors.
Here we go, coming to the white flag. Last chance for Gragson to do it, if he's going to do it.
And they've got the 62 in front of them.
62 not going to be a factor here. will.
It's
Oh, here we
Here comes
go.
Gragson outside.
At the line. Logano
No.
gets it.
So close, though. By a wheel.
Wow. Let's go back and take a look at that. Look how close that was.
200ths of a second. 200ths of a second. One more lap and Gragson would have got him. No doubt in my mind. If his tires were gone.
Damn it.
200ths of a second for Logano. Another win. Chalk up another win for the Independents.
There we go. That's going to be our best bet right there.
Right? Yes.
Look at how close that was. Wow.
Almost stole that one.
Almost.
Stole that.
Just a little short for him.
Logano wins. Gragson second. Craven in third. Debass in fourth. Rudd finishes fifth. Johnson, your pole finisher, winds up sixth. That's Simmons in the 33 and 7th.
8th is Busch. That's a great run for the new Stinger Motorsports. I believe Stinger Motorsports. Yeah, Stinger Motorsports finishes 8th. 9th is Ching. 10th, Hank Beer. 11th, Rich Roy. 12th is Nadu. 13th is, I believe that is 49 of Cassie Kane? Yes, that is Cassie Kane.
Yes, Say Kane, yep.
14th is Neischwanger. 15th goes to Bliss Jr. 16th is Warren. 17th on Salmi. 18th Orman. 19th is Holland. 20th is Osborne. 21st Jarrett. 22nd is Spencer. 23rd Gasly. 24th is Draco. 25th Lund. 26th Sweet. 27th Cindric. 28th is Spencer. Wait, no. 40 is Marlin. 29th is Rockingham. 30th is Beer. 31st is Earnhardt. 32nd, Michaels. 33rd, Birch. 34th, Busher. 35th is Gralla. 36th, Watts. 37th, Mallon. 38th, Hamlin. 39th is Atwood. And 40th is Duquesne. What a fantastic race this was.
That was a fantastic finish for sure.
Absolutely. If we got a little time,
I
think if we got a little time, we should go one more time. Because that was close.
I've got time. Last lap.
Here's that last corner. Oh, man. Oh, he had the speed for it, too. Yeah.
Man.
Absolutely.
So close.
Absolutely astounding. Wow. Look at how close they are. Just barely gets him. Trying to look on the outside there. There we go. Wow. Just barely gets him.
Yeah, just by about a one wheel width.
Mm-hmm.
One
What?
circumference of the wheel and the front nose is all it took.
Absolutely.
What a race.
What a race. Indeed. Uh, with that, before we sign off, if you enjoyed what you saw and you would like to join in on all this fun, the link to the Discord will be down below in the description. Please come on by. We'd love to have you. In fact, one person that just joined that was in this series, the DNF racing team, just joined the Discord today.
Actually joined on the day that we recorded and ran this, signed up, and that car ends up finishing 15th.
Yeah, what a great finish for them. So yeah, come on by, join us, and enjoy the fun. And with that, I am Jam. And,
oh my goodness.
and that was Weasel.
Yes, it is.
And we will see you next time at Circuit of the Americas.
That'll be fun. Take it easy, y'all.